I mean, if you guys want to square off, do it afterwards.
So when I'm mayor, I will look at the balance and make sure that we maintain the balance and find out what the right ratio is. Because right now we under the mayor's 8-year term, we voted for Building C on DeHart Street, which is going up, which is a rental. That originally, when it was passed, it was supposed to be owner occupied.
Thank you.
And it was changed.
And you voted for it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Check the record, you voted for it.
Enough. Let's not get into the ad hominem
Not when it
anymore.
was first presented.
Check the record.
Not when it was first presented.
So if you take Foots Pond, the 11 acres next to Loyola, and the Thomas Jefferson School, it's about 25 acres of passive recreation. It's a real gem. So hopefully we'll be successful. We think we had a good presentation in front of the county open space. We'll hear November 8th. I was hoping we would hear that night and have something to share tonight, but we will not hear until November 8th. But I'm very optimistic that we're going to get those 11 acres.
Can I rebut that? I don't think that we can work fast enough to preserve Foots Pond. The mayor's studying it to death, and as your mayor, I will go to work on it immediately. How do you know this mayor will do anything in his next term? He hasn't done anything in 8 years.
That's enough, thank you. That you're getting into more arguments which we're trying to avoid.
I think diversity is a wonderful thing, and that's what Morristown has, but it's not always easy to manage. And we all want to celebrate our diversity, but it's not always an easy thing to govern. So I can just say that as your mayor, I would work with my at-large reps and with my council and not against them, and I would be more inclusive and not exclusive. And I can honestly tell you that the last 8 years have not been inclusive, but I would work to be inclusive, not exclusive.
Yeah, sure. Well, if this councilwoman wants to think that I'm not inclusive with the African American community and the Latino community and the Jewish community and the Indian community in this town, she's sadly mistaken. And the way you get involved is you show up. You show up to the functions of every area of town. You go to the churches. You go to the Spanish churches. You go to the Baptist churches. You go to the picnics at Caldwell. I can't tell you how many times before I was elected that I was involved in the different parts of this community. So when you sit there and say that I have not been involved in this community, I have been the most involved mayor that this town has seen since it's ever elected a mayor. Okay, I can walk anywhere in this community and I feel welcomed. And everybody in this community knows that if they need to see me or talk to me, they know my door is open.
Amen. Start this one with Mr. Dougherty. In your opinion, what are the most important challenges facing our town, and how do you propose to address those challenges?
Traffic. I hear it every day. And it's something that we're going to work very, very hard on and tirelessly over the next couple of years to get it right. It is a growing surrounding community as we are growing. So it's a regional issue. I will talk to other mayors, but we will get this study right. We will implement the recommendations of this study, and we will improve our traffic flow. Development would be the second. Smart growth. We don't need 8-story buildings. Okay, we don't need huge developments. But if you look at what we've accomplished over the last few years, you have Blue Mercury 16 units, Pervices 8 units, Leona 20-something units, Gorga on 4th Avenue 20-something units. You have good infill development going on in Morristown. Just look around what's going on in our community. Yes, there's some bigger developments. Those developments we made better. They were there when we got elected. Madero on Speedwell Avenue was an approved project before I got elected, but we made it better. We made it better for the residents of Morristown, and it's going to get an acre park in between those two buildings.
Okay.
I believe the question was the important challenges facing the town. I believe they're overdevelopment, traffic congestion, taxes, and clean water. Regarding the previous question, I'm the 4th Ward rep. That includes everything. This is in the 4th Ward. And as a councilwoman, I've attended events all over town. So I didn't really appreciate the direction that that question went, because I wasn't referring to inclusiveness and exclusiveness with regarding diversity. I was referring to the politics of exclusion, which I've been a victim of. So I just want to clarify for the record that this administration hasn't been open and transparent with me. I found out about the post office by going to the post office to mail a letter from the clerk that the town made a $1.5 million bid when that should have come before the council. But I found out it from the clerk at the post office. How transparent is that, Mayor?
I think that needs to be done. First, you have to understand how the government works. You don't get the bid until they accept the bid, then it goes to the council for you to accept or reject. That's not how this government is set up, Faulkner. So if you want to be mayor, okay, then understand the government that you're going to be mayor from. You don't, that is not your place. Okay, now, I was in the public session when the post office came to the town hall senior center, and I made it very clear that the town was interested in that for several reasons. One is preservation on a great piece of architecture in the building. Excuse me. Let's just be civil and let me speak. Okay, and not speak while I'm speaking. We want to, please don't, just took 15 minutes off my time speaking.
15 seconds.
We talked about preserving it for a number of reasons. It's a central focal point. We can keep the post office. You can keep the boxes. You can still sell stamps and letters. It's accessible to seniors. It's accessible to a lot of people. People don't want to lose that post office. And if we can get it for a price of $1.5 million, it's good. But they're not returning our call, so I guess they didn't like our bid.
Morristown.